Hello. Happy Monday. Okay, I'm watching all the stuff pop up here. I gotta close the window. Can't see it below my webcam. All right, there I see a viewer coming on. Hey, Jean. First one commenting. Welcome. Um, Usually on my lunch break. Hey, Jody. I'm writing up my get to know you questions because I had some in mind and I don't want to forget them. Usually on my lunch break, I throw a few posts out there reminding you all that I'm going to be live. And today, oh my gosh, my day was so hectic and stressful and just a lot going on that I totally forgot. And so now I'm like, no one's gotten a reminder that I'm going live. So I always send out an email in the morning, usually, that I'm going live. So hopefully, a lot of you found that and are watching anyway, even though I forgot to remind you on Facebook. So it is what it is, right? We can only do what we can do. I'm playing with new products tonight. I'm really excited to show you some of the stuff in the new catalogs. I can't even open the catalogs and show you, but I can make stuff with it. And you have the opportunity to get a free card kit from me tonight with the new products before you can buy them. Jody says, everyone should already have you on their calendar. Well, that is sweet. And you know what? You should. You should put a reminder in your phone right now. Make it Monday Live with Rose, 7 o'clock Central, so you guys don't miss anything. All right. I am really excited about what I have for you tonight. Truth be told, my Make It Monday Live, where I offer up a free card kit, is my favorite live of the whole month. Every month, I always do one kind of in the middle-ish of the month where I offer up a free card kit to those who are watching. And it's my favorite live. It's my favorite one to design for. It's my favorite one to make. I absolutely love doing it. So I'm really, really excited. I see a lot of you saying hello and telling me that you shared my video. So thank you so much, first of all, for sharing and for commenting. I give away prizes each week in my lives. And I give away two prizes, one for viewing my video and one for sharing my video. Now, the viewing is hard for me to really see who viewed. So the way for me to know that you saw me is for when you say hello and interact with us. So the more interaction you're doing, the better your chance at a prize. And then for the sharing, if you just hit that share button, so whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, below my video, there should be a little arrow. Usually it's like a curved arrow that says share. And if you click that, I would so appreciate if you post it on your social media wall. If maybe you share it in a Facebook Messenger or in a text or something like that with friends who are crafty. The sharing really helps to support my small business, and it gets my videos out there so that I can help other people be creative, which is something I'm really excited about. I think I've mentioned before, I'm a 9-to-5er. My daytime job is pretty stressful, and crafting has helped me find balance in my life, and I'm really passionate about sharing creativity with others. If you are new to my page, welcome. Glad that you found me. Make sure you comment and let me know that you're new. I like to connect and find out where you found me. And if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure that you let me know that you are a veteran viewer. I love to connect that way as well. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and that's just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. I've been paper crafting for since I was in my teens. I found Stampin' Up about 5 or 6 years ago now, and I fell in love, and now I do online card classes and card kits and all that jazz. So, I think that I'm going to flip this camera around so we can do prizes. Just a reminder, this is my free online class. So watching is free. You get to join in the fun with everyone else. You get the card kit for the cards that I'm making for free with a $35 purchase from my online store. With a $50 purchase, I throw in a goodie, and with a $100 purchase, I throw in another goodie. So we'll see those as I get to making my cards tonight. And I have the link in the description, either below my video if you're on YouTube. Actually, for Facebook, it's below too, with the link to order from my online store so you can get in on that card kit too. All right, let me flip this around so we can do prizes. All right, and I got to bring a light down here too. So I've got two prizes to give away tonight. We've got this Feels Like Home Cling stamp set from our last celebration. This has never been used, not even been mounted. It is brand new. This one is super fun. I've seen some really clean and simple, beautiful cards made with this. This is my prize for sharing the video, and I've got a brand new, still in the package, never been opened, ink pad. This color is Soft Seafoam, which actually is one of the colors in the projects that, or in the paper that I'm going to show you tonight. This is for views. So for viewing, my winner is, I hope I say this right, Terry Lynn Vidic. Terry Lynn, I think is the name, Terry Lynn Vidic. And then, so congratulations, Terry, you're the winner of the Soft Seafoam ink pad. And then for the stamp set, I saw her on here, Diane Warren. You are my winner for the stamp set. To claim your prize on my blog, and the link for my blog's right up here, www.rosegrunwald.com. Across the top is a link that says prize claim form. You just complete that and I will get this in the mail to you. Now, I still need to mail out prizes from last week. I'm a little bit behind, but I plan to get them all in the mail together this week. So congratulations, ladies. All right, let me move my notes. So tonight, we are playing with some new paper and a couple new stamp sets, which I actually need to get out. So some of the paper that we are stamping with is the brand new Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. This is a free celebration item that's coming up. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at all of these fun, bright colors. This one's probably my favorite pattern or design in this whole paper stack. This reminds me so much of my niece Clara. I just absolutely love it. Of course, we've got two-sided, and I should have kind of pulled all these out. I've just been using it so much, I've got all these scraps. So, okay, here we go. We got fun sunshine and rainbows with this fun sunshine on the other side. Isn't this fun? Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, there's a new punch coming in the catalog, a cloud punch, and that will punch these images out. And then the back side is this adorable kind of petal pink rainbows. We have got some fun stripes. Love it. Okay, love this paper. Sarah, I cannot stop with this paper. It's my favorite. Well, I don't know if it's my favorite. Okay, it's very close to my favorite, and it's all I've been playing with so far. So I haven't even opened my pre-order yet. I'll probably go live and do an unboxing so you can see what I got. Can't believe I've been disciplined to just play with the first stuff I got. So there we go. Oh, look at these fun polka dots. Aren't those cute? Ooh, and the fun stripes on the back. We already saw this one. Ooh, this one's fun. And these swirls, really love it. Okay, here's some diagonal Bermuda Bay stripes and some fun patterns. So did I. Sarah played with it most of Saturday. So did I. Okay, look at these adorable rainbows. Hello, fussy cutting. Cute. Oh, and my favorite one, the one I'll never want to cut up, but I did. I made some cards with it this weekend. All right, so I've got everything already pre-cut and pre-packaged for tonight's class. And, you know, when you place your order, I've got a couple new stamp sets that we're using tonight that I'll show you in a minute too. Actually, let me show you those quick now. We're going to use the Rainbow of Happiness stamp set, and specifically, we're going to use the sentiment that says, "You make me happy." Isn't this adorable? This is new, coming up in the new catalog. We aren't playing with this one a lot just yet. I'm just using it for the sentiment because I loved it so much. And we're going to use this stamp set, Friendly Hello, also coming up from Celebration. I really loved the versatile sentiments, so we're using a couple of those and a couple of the images tonight. Okay, so now, when you get a free card kit from me, you might be wondering what to expect. And of course, I always have a few goodies in my card kit, some postcards and whatnot, but it will literally come to you in a package, and it will be all packaged up just like this. I might need to zoom out just a little bit here. Bear with me. How's that? That a little bit better? Other than it being a little dark. There, that should work. All right, it will come all packaged up like this, all your layers in your envelopes. Now, this card kit, you'll get to make all 4 cards that I'm making tonight. So, when you take out your package, you have all of the layers and everything you need tucked into the envelopes for your card. So this is how my card kits come to you. Some of my card kit classes have like, you get to make 2 of each designs. If that's the case, you would just have 2 stacks on top of each other. So I keep everything organized and packaged so you have everything you need. Now this particular card kit, we do have a few die cut pieces and punches. And so all of those are included and die cut and already punched for you. So you can see this first card here, we've got our card base. This happens to be a fun fold. We have our card base all ready to go. And then all the layers are already pre-cut for you. And then all the punch pieces are pre-punched for you. Some of my cards tonight have some die cut pieces, and you'll see when I pull those out of the envelopes that they're pre-die cut for you too. So our first card tonight is a fun fold. We've got a Granny Apple Green card base. Now, this fun fold is so easy. Literally, it is just a tall card that you take and you cut in half the front flap. So this is 2 3/4 inches, and we've cut off 2 3/4 inches, just like this. So if you're making this at home, that's all you have to do to pull this apart. All right, now for this card, we've got an inside layer, a piece of basic white, and oh my gosh, I cleaned off my table and everything's sliding around. 5 1/4 by 4. This is going to get glued right on the inside, but for sure I want a stamp on it, and we're going to be making a birthday card here. So I think it would be really fun to use these really pretty flowers and just do a little stamping on the inside of our card. What do you think of this pretty bright paper? Hey, Arliss and Terry. Oh, Terry, you won. I see Terry just said hello. Terry, you won one of my prizes tonight. All right. I've got Magenta Madness ink here, one of our ink colors, and this color has not seen a lot of love from me. It just plain hasn't. So I was really happy to get to start playing with this new stamp set. I've been using a lot of fall and Christmas colors. Now what I'm going to do is only stamp these flowers right in the center. And the idea being, if you're going to write a note on here, you're probably writing it in black, and you would write it kind of over the top of your stamped image. And we're just going to glue this now to the inside of the card. Okay, I've got a question. Ramona asked, does the Hello Friend stamp set, is it one stamp or separated by words? It is one stamp. We're actually going to use this on one of our cards. It looks to me like you could do a little Stampin' Surgery and cut them apart if you wanted to. The F is a little bit close to the E and the L and the hello above it. So you'd probably want to be careful with that. But you could snip it apart if you wanted them as separate words. The other thing you can do is, if you only want to stamp one of the words, you can always use our Stampin' Write markers to ink up your image. And then you just stamp, like you might just ink up friend or just hello, and then leave the other one kind of blank and uncolored. And that will work too. Okay, so we just have a really simple inside of our card, just these fun flowers. Okay, and now I've got this fun green design, which I'm using because I want to use these rainbows, and I wanted to pull this green in, but still have some bright colors with our rainbows. So these are actually the same size. These are 2.5 by 4 inches. We're just going to glue this down. I'm going to center it here on this strip, just like this. How many of you are super excited to start using these fun springy colors again in the new catalog coming out? I was telling my friend Jody that I love the neutrals and the regals, but by the time Christmas is over and fall is over, I am totally ready. I am totally ready for some brights and subtles for spring. Totally ready. And this rainbow paper totally fit the bill for that. All right. Okay, so we've just got this centered here. And now I've got my linen thread. Now on this card kit, I'm using linen thread as my ribbon. The reason being, I really wanted to bring in a neutral tone with these bright colors. I really like to mix the neutral kind of earthy tone of the linen thread with these bright, fun colors. I debated though on going with the white crinkled seam binding, but ultimately I landed on linen thread. Truth be told, I'm a thin thread kind of gal. I really like the trims and the baker's twine, so I'm probably always going to default to a thinner ribbon than a wider one. Although many of our wide ribbons make such nice bows that I have to use them because it's like you can't not use a ribbon. That makes a really nice bow. Okay, and all I did was just wrap this around my layers twice, and then I'm tying this in a bow. Okay, and you remember my trick because I'm using the thin thread. I tied it in a knot first to hold it in place. And then as I tighten these, I shouldn't say tighten these, as I adjust the lengths of my bow here, I always like to kind of hold my finger down on this knot, and that keeps it tight and from unraveling. Now, trim off the ends to however long you would like. Yeah, Sarah says, I have so many floral papers. The rainbow and sunshine was so appealing. I hear you on that. It's like I was happy to see something that wasn't just flowers. And listen, I love the flowers, don't get me wrong, but it was really fun to see some bright colors in a different pattern than all the flowers. I love flowers, don't get me wrong, but it was a nice break. I agree. Okay, so the sentiment I'm using here is the hope you have the best birthday. I need birthday cards. A new year is coming up, and I want to have some on hand. So, getting my Magenta Madness again, and I am going to, hopefully I can do this, stamp my sentiment here in the center. What I've done is I've cut, or I've punched out of a scrap of basic white. I used my Taylor Tag punch and punched out this tag to use. All right, now I'm getting all, okay. Now here you see these splotches. We're gonna use that. I gotta find them. And I'm gonna grab my Granny Apple Green. And I am going to stamp those here, kind of diagonal across my tag. This is a juicy ink pad. Behind my sentiment, like this. We're just adding a little more color to that tag. Hey Sandy, thanks for sharing, Terry. June says, I'm so ready to be done with Christmas cards. 15 left to make. It's really funny that we stampers, by the time Christmas comes, we've been making Christmas cards for so long that we're just like over it. It's kind of fun to get into the Christmas spirit early, right? But then when it's actually Christmas time, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this. All right, now we're going to do something fun. I've got 2 more tags cut out here. One is out of Garden Green and the other out of Magenta Madness. And I'm bringing in my trimmer because what I'm going to do is cut this right up the center. So I'm just going to do my best to center this and then just trim it right up the middle and cut this in half. And then I'm going to do the same here with my magenta piece. Cut this in half. Now you know that I love, love, love my Stampin' Seal and my Seal Plus. But for what we're going to do next, I am going to use, oh, my trimmer fell. I'm going to use my liquid glue. just a little bit easier to use our liquid glue for this. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over and grab my liquid glue, and I'm just going to put, oh, come on, a little glue here on the outer edges of our tag. And then I'm going to come in with my Magenta Madness and align this up. Now here's why we're using liquid glue. I need to move this around to make sure that I have a nice even border. And I should have just done one side at a time, but I wasn't thinking. Okay, and we're going to do the same here. The liquid glue is a bit more forgiving. So that's why I use that, so we can move it around more. Like this. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing with our Granny Apple Green. Although this time I'm going to be strategic about this. And only do one side at a time. So I am moving around, making sure I have a nice even kind of matting around this layer. Making sure that is centered. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this liquid glue is nice and forgiving. And I can just kind of move it around where I need to. Now, with this, you can play around with what size you want your borders to be. Oh, thank you, Robin. Robin says, awesome technique. Yeah, this is just kind of a fun way to add a little extra color and oomph to your cards, to your layers for your tag. Okay, and now we are going to start putting this together. All right, I need some dimensionals. I'm going to put this here in the center. And I know I'm getting to the end of this dimensional pack piece here. So, of course, I have to use my edges. Which you all know is my favorite thing to do, right? Using my edges. Not. I don't know. I'm like type A. I want my dimensionals to be neat, pretty hexagons. Strange, huh? Okay. So we're going to put this down like this. Okay, and now, so I don't know if I mentioned this, but the linen thread is what you get for free when you place a $50 order. You get the card kit with a $35 order. The linen thread is what you get if you place a $50 order. And now I'm going to bring in some Stella here. And I'm going to bring in some shimmer on this magenta layer. So I'm just taking the Stella and I'm coloring this magenta layer. I'm going to hold it up to the camera here in just a minute. You can see. There we go. Okay, with a $100 order, you get Stella for free, too. Okay, do you see? Let's see if we can see it. Do you see the shimmer? There we go. There it is. See the shimmer on that magenta layer? That's what Stella does for us. She's pretty awesome. Okay, now I gotta use these darn edges again. Like my nemesis. Okay, we're gonna pop all these layers. It doesn't look that great on the outside, on the back side, but on the front side, how fun is that, right? And then we're just gonna set this right here in the center of our layer. And we have got our first card done. We've got a fun flower on the inside. You can write your little note all over. There is our first card. What do you think? If you want to, you could even put like some paper on the inside if you wanted to make that all fancy. But there's our first card, a simple fun fold, something different for someone to open when they get your card in the mail. We should decorate the envelope too. What do you think? Huh? Should we quick do this? Let's grab our magenta. And bring in our flowers on the edge, just like that. And now we've coordinated our fun flowers with our rainbow paper. Cute. All right. Quick clean up before our next project. Luann says, yes, decorate the envelope. I love to do that. And Stampin' Up! Really does have the best envelopes for decorating, I have to admit. All right, while I'm cleaning up, let's do our first get to know you question. So first, we're going to go with a question I ask every single week. What Stampin' Up! Colors are you wearing? You can tell me what Stampin' Up! Colors you wore today, or what colors you're wearing right now, tonight. What Stampin' Up! Colors are you wearing today? I have on basic gray, smoky slate for my sweater, and my tank top is, I would say, close to fresh freesia. Oh, so here was this card that we just made. Now here is, I didn't decorate the inside of this, but here's one using some other paper from that same paper set, same layout. So in your card kit, you may get colors that coordinate like this, or you may get these. I'll make sure that they coordinate when I send them out, but it's not going to be exactly this or exactly that. See, for this one, I left a nice thin kind of flirty flamingo behind there, and it's just really pops. Okay. Are we ready for our next card? Oh, I'm seeing some fun colors. Crushed curry and old olive. That sounds like a fun combination. Night of navy and silver. Yeah, that's nice together. Misty blue and rich raspberry. Oh, fun. Okay. So now here is a card where we're using a butterfly die from the Brilliant Wings dies. And so when you get this card kit, this will already be die cut for you. You won't have to use your own die cut. It'll already be die cut and included in your kit, just like all these other layers are. All right. So I have got some Petal Pink. We're using Petal Pink as our card base. And this is just 5.5 by 8.5. So our half sheet of cardstock. We'll fold and burnish that edge so we get a nice crisp fold. Now this one, I gotta find it here. I used the Freeze a Bird stamp set for this thank you sentiment. And I think as long as we're decorating the inside, we might as well use these little flowers. So I'm just going to grab my Petal Pink. And I'm gonna just do a little stamping here of these flowers, just to bring a little something to the inside. And we're just gonna glue this down and get our inside taken care of here. Now, this card has a lot of Petal Pink. I'm just gonna forewarn you, but it's a fun, springy, beautiful card. I want to know, what is your favorite color to use with Petal Pink besides white? What's your favorite color to use with Petal Pink besides white? I need a color for our sentiment, and I would like some ideas while we are creating. Okay, so our inside is done. Now I've got a layer of cardstock here that is 4 by 5.25, and I already ran this through my brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. That's what that looks like. Oh, Jean, espresso. I didn't think of that one. I haven't used that in a while. I might actually use that. Okay, so I already ran this through, and again, in the card kit, this will already come it will already come embossed as well. So I'm going to glue this down. To our front. Here. Like this. So we've got some tone on tone. And then we're going to grab, remember those fun little rainbows? That's the color we're using here. I've got just a strip. It is 3/4 of an inch wide. And let me look. Yeah, it must be 3.5 inches across or long. And I'm just going to glue that right here on the front. And then forgot to punch this out. So I'll do it right now quick. Use my Label Me Lovely punch. And I've got a piece of vellum here that I punched out. just like this. And glue this down as well, right in the center. Now what this vellum does is it kind of breaks up the busyness, if you will, of the background and provides a softer palette for our focal point. And I've got this butterfly. Now you may get, in your kit, you may have some pieces that you would prefer to poke out from your die, or you can leave them. I think I'd be cutting all of your die cut layers for about 25 years if I did these delicate dies and cut out every single piece perfectly. I don't even cut them out perfectly for myself. All right, now here is where our Stella comes in to add a little bling. Okay, we are going to just color our butterfly with our Stella. Or should I say paint with our Stella brush. And all this is doing is giving our butterfly a little bit of shimmer. Fun. See if we can make out the shimmer. Ooh, I'm trying so hard, it's hard to see. Label Me Lovely Punch would work great with your additional color technique you showed us earlier. Ooh, yes, it would. It absolutely would, because you just cut that in half and you'd have that little border. That is a great idea, too. All right. Now, this butterfly has kind of a thin body, so what's really weird is I don't like using the edges of our regular dimensionals, but I love using them from our mini dimensionals. Huh? I think it's because the border is wider. I feel like I can do more with it. All right, and I'm going to put this in the center of our card here. Just soft white on petal pink, like this. And I had all these ideas for our sentiment, but I really, really like the idea to use early espresso. That was one, who said that? Was it Jean? Yeah, Jean did. That's one I don't use enough, frankly, so we're going to use it. It's been a while since I used the old espresso. Okay, I hope I got this straight enough. Ooh, pretty darn good. Plus, with our linen thread, I think that neutral tone will be a good one. All right, and I've got my linen thread here, speaking of which, and I'm just going to pull a length of it out and tie this in a bow. Hey, Carol. Hi, Kathy and Bonnie. Oh, Betty asks, what do you like to use, punches or dies? That is the million-dollar question, Betty. I personally love my punches. I feel like this is blasphemy. Every once in a while, I will get into a mood where I'm just so excited to use like a new die or something. But for the most part, I don't really like die cutting. I like to play around with different colors and different layouts, and you have no idea how many times I have like tried a die and didn't like, you know, the color of it or something along those lines. And okay, I'm trying to figure out where the heck I want to put this. And so then I end up like doing it in a different color, and it's just, I'm a quick cards kind of gal. I get kind of frustrated by how much time it takes me to die cut, you know, a new piece just for me to try out like a different color. Because we all know that sometimes we can't figure out what it is about a layout we don't like. And the thing that's wrong with it is the color, right? Like okay, if you're a scamper, you have probably been there where it's like the layout is not the problem. You switch up the color or the pattern of the paper and it just takes a whole different turn, and all of a sudden your card goes from like drab to fab just because you switched up the colors you used. And I just find it easier to do that when you're using punches. So I'm a punch gal. That's a good question. What about the rest of you? Do you guys prefer punches or die cutting? Okay, now I just trimmed this off. And I'm going to put this here over the top. Just like this. And there is card number 2. Yeah, Robin, you're right. Dies do have more choices. I will agree with that. Here's what's really awesome. The new spring catalog has a ton of new punches in it. A ton. I'm really excited about it. I was really happy to see a lot of new punches coming out. All right, there is card number 2. What do you guys think? Little soft colors, tone on tone. I'm actually going to trim this a little bit. Bring in a little neutral. There in our early espresso. Love that suggestion. All right, now another option here. I used the painted texture embossing folder and just mixed up the colors. I think I used a smaller butterfly for this one. I think I like it with the larger butterfly better for a focal point. So there's card number 2. All right, let's do a little cleanup. Yes, Jean, I agree. Die cutting is more work, but them stitch dies, they are really something. I agree with you on that. You hit it on the head. Okay. Put some of our stuff away here. I've got a super fun fold that you're going to love, and it's going to really wow you. And I'm saving it for the end. So you got to make sure you stick around for the end, because this fun fold is totally worth it. Totally worth it. All right, are we ready for our next card? Okay, now this one is a similar layout to the one we just made. And look at, I bought the Hippos dies. I think they're called Hippo and Friends or something like that. So Jean was just talking about the stitching. And this one has stitching. What a fun label. So we have got a piece of Flirty Flamingo, 5.5 by 8.5. we've got a piece of our Fun Designer Series paper here. I'm using the Sunshine and Rainbows one, 4 by 5 1/4. That's the same size as our inside layer. And then I just had a couple of strips laying around in my scraps, and so I grabbed a couple that I thought coordinated really well. Okay. Carol just ordered the hippos dies. I love them. There's a lot of fun shapes. Let me show you guys these. These have been on my wish list for a while. And I had a big pre-order for the new catalog. That's one of the things I love the most about being a demonstrator, is that I get to order first. And I got a half price item, so I got these half off. So this has been on my wish list forever. I don't have the stamp set that coordinates with these little animals, but I really love the shapes and the fun labels that come with it. So the one we're using is this second one here in this group. Really fun. I really love them. Really dresses up a layer to use kind of a fun layer like that. Okay, now for this one, we're going to use our Hello Friend sentiment and these flowers. So I'm going to bring these flowers into the inside too. I just had to think about this a minute, how I wanted to do this. Truth be told, every time we stamp the inside of a card on a live, I am stamping on the fly because I almost never plan out the inside of my card. Spoiler alert, it's always a surprise what that's going to look like. All right, so we have got those flowers, and I think I'll take these splotches. You might remember those from our first card. And I'm going to grab my Flirty Flamingo. I stamped these flowers, and now I think I'm just going to go over them here with these splashes of color. This is kind of fun. Okay, that was kind of random, but it worked really cute. I'm going to close this so I don't drop anything on it. Okay, isn't that fun? The So Saffron with Flirty Flamingo. Love it. All right, we're going to glue this on the inside. I am totally slacking on my get to know you questions. Who is ready for a get to know you question? Well, ready or not, here it comes. So, we all know that Christmas is coming. I would love to know, what is the best Christmas gift that you ever received? What is the best Christmas gift that you ever received? Yeah, Kim bought the just for the label shaped dies. Yes, absolutely. That's why I bought them too. And you just had a request for hippo embellished ornaments. Oh, that's fun. Carol says, having our daughter 2 days before. Now that's a pretty darn good Christmas gift, if you ask me. Having a baby for sure. I lost my glue. Here we go. Carol, did you name your daughter a festive name? My niece was born around Christmas time. In fact, she was the first baby born in the new year, the year that she was born. And her middle name is Noelle. And I just think it's such a beautiful middle name. Oops, I forgot to wrap my thread around, so we're just going to skip that part. I was supposed to wrap my thread around this layer, and I forgot. So you'll just have to see it on my design card. Okay, now I got these colors that go with these coordinating. In fact, this came from that paper. These are just scraps. This looks like it's about 1 inch wide and I would say 3.5 inches long. I'm going to bring that in here. And then we're going to break up this busy pattern a little bit with this more solid flamingo pattern. This one looks to be about 1/2 inch wide. And must be 3¼ inches long. My little teddy bear dog, Chloe. Oh, cute. I didn't, but came home Christmas Day. Her name is Jennifer. That's a beautiful name, too. My parents got me a Lane cedar chest the year I got engaged, full of housewares. Oh, that sounds fun. As a teenager, my best gift was tickets to an Eddie Rabbit concert. Oh, that's so much fun, too. My best gift is having all my kids and grandkids home. I love getting to spend time with family like that, Betty. Awesome. That's a great gift, too. Okay, now we're going to use these flowers that we used on the inside again. So I got to clean them off. It's time for me to rinse out my chamois. She's getting a little worn. A lot of that ink comes right out when I clean it off. But okay, and in keeping with our theme here, we're going to go with Flirty Flamingo and So Saffron. I'm going to grab my Hello Friend stamp. As an adult, I got engaged on Christmas. Oh, how fun, Kim. Robin, celebrating my daughter's first Christmas. That's awesome. Jean, does a baby brother count? Oh my gosh. Your poor mom, Jean, to have babies that close. You're 10.5 months older than your brother. It totally counts. I would say my best Christmas gift. When I was 2, believe it or not, I remember this. I got a cat for Christmas, a kitten, and his name was Polar. I still remember getting him, and he lived to be 15 years old, and he was the nicest, sweetest kitty, and that was my favorite Christmas gift ever. Okay, so I stamped our sentiment here in the center of our die cut piece. And then I'm stamping these flowers behind it just to give a little extra in So Saffron on our piece of So Saffron. And I stamped off to lighten the tone. Boy, it's really dark. Let's see if I can. You can kind of see those flowers behind our sentiment here. Okay, and we better close this up. Our fun fold is coming next as I'm finishing this up here. Okay, when I was 8 or 9, my grandfather made me a wooden barn for my Brewer horse collection. Oh, that sounds like a very special gift. Actually, when I am live, and I'm going to flip this around for a minute. Do you see that shelf behind me? I don't remember how old I was, but My grandpa made that shelf for me when I was a kid. I mean, I was probably in middle school or elementary school when he made it. So it's lasted a long time and I still use it. And that was a Christmas gift one year. All right, now I was supposed to wrap my linen thread around here so that there would be a bow over here, but I totally forgot. So look at this one. Card number 3 is done. Here's my one that I designed that I planned out with little different colors, and I actually did wrap the linen thread around. So there you have an idea for these. So again, in your card kit, you might not get exactly these colors. You might get these colors instead. So they'll be coordinating whatever they are, but just so you know, they're not all going to look like this. Fun, huh? All right. Are we ready for our last card? Our last card is a fun fold. And yes, Jean says this is going to be fun DSP to play with. I can't stop. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oops. I cannot wait for you guys to see this next card. Your jaws are going to drop when you see it. It is a fun fold that is super easy, that I am going to use, by the way, again and again and again because I love it. And I've actually already made with different types of paper this fun fold, and I can't get enough. It's awesome. All right. Okay. I'm ready for this. Okay, this is our last card of the night, last card of the kit. So if you place an order with me, you'll get this for at least $35 using my host code. You have to use my host code to get in on this kit. You will get to make this card that I'm going to make right now. So we've got a couple layers going on here. I've got a piece of basic white thick that is a tall card. So it's 4.5 inches wide, 4.25 inches wide by 11 tall, scored at 5.5. And then I took my basic borders dies. Let me get these out for you so you can see. So these basic borders dies look like this. They're super fun. You can dress up envelopes this way. You've got clouds. I think the clouds will be so fun to use with this rainbow set. But I use this zigzag punch. And what I did, or die, I should say, what I did was I just cut off a piece of the bottom part. Now, this card is going to open the opposite way. So most of our cards open this way. This card is going to open this way. All right, now we have got a couple of layers. I've got a layer of Magenta Madness. This is 4 by 5.25. And then a layer of Basic White, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And we are going to do some stamping. Let's do the inside since we're doing it on the fly. With our new Rainbow of Happiness stamp set. So let's grab our, and here's what we're going to do. You're going to grab Sending You a Rainbow of Happiness. And I'm going to do that in Magenta Madness. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this in the center. Now, you're obviously not going to have this stamp set yet when I send you this kit, because you can't get it yet. So you can either wait to make these cards until you're able to get this kit or this stamp set if you want to make exactly this card, or you can swap it out for something you have in your collection. Okay, now I'm going to do the next layer of the rainbow here with some So Saffron, just like this. And then we're going to grab our Bermuda Bay. Gotta find it. This right one. And we're going to do the last piece of our rainbow. Ooh, that's awfully bright. So I'm going to stamp that off on the inside. Okay, now we're going to do some gluing. All these layers will come in your kit. You would just swap out whatever stamp set you like, or hold on to it till you can get this rainbow kit and use that. Okay, now we're going to glue this here on the inside. So I'm actually going to glue this here on the top part. Just like this. Okay, so we're going to open this up and see our fun card. Now I have this extra strip with all these polka dots. I'm going to glue these down on the bottom. Oh, this is fun too. Change my mind. I'm going to do the stripes down on the bottom. And this was just a scrap I had in that paper. See, just like this. Okay. Now let me move these out of the way. Okay, now let's get these glued together. I've got some circles that I cut for my layering circles dies. This one's 2 1/4 across, and this one's 2. I've got Magenta Madness and So Saffron. And I am gluing those together. Now you know that we need a little bling on our butterfly again. So we're going to use our Wink of Stella and color that butterfly. Get a little sparkle going on here. I don't know if you often color just your paper layers, but this is fun. What do you think of these colors so far? Fun, bright colors. Magenta Madness We've got So Saffron, a little Bermuda Bay. All right, I'm going to set this aside because we'll do this all kind of at the end. All right, now I've got a piece of the designer series paper. You can use either side. It's 4 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to fold that in half like this, so that I end up with a piece that's 2 by 4 1/4. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my glue, and I'm going to put glue just on half of this flap. And we're going to line up the back side of our card inside here. And we're going to glue that down. Just like this. So now we've got this flap. We open up. Now, I forgot to do something. I want to round these corners. Hopefully I can do this. If you have a circle punch, we don't sell this anymore, but if you have a circle punch, any circle punch would do. I like to use it to round my corners like this. You just tuck the corner into the circle and punch. Otherwise, we have a corner punch that will do Stampin' Up! Sells one still that will do rounded corners. I just always grab my circle punch. So now these are rounded like this. You open on your card like this. Okay, we need our linen thread. And what I'm going to do is go around my card front layer. I'm getting to the end, so my ribbon is very curly. And I'm going to tie this in a bow. I want to be careful not to be too tight, because I might need to move this around to the right place. Okay, and of course I was, oh, there, that'll work. Okay, and then we will just put this in a bow. Okay, and trim our ends. Okay, and then we just have to move this kind of where we want it and arrange it. I can kind of shimmy that over to the edge there, like this. All right, and now we're going to put our butterfly onto our circles. Like this. And then our circle is going to go on the front of our card, and we want this flap to kind of tuck under it. So I'm just going to use dimensionals on the bottom half here. try my best to center this. Good. All right, and now we've got our You Make Me Happy. Got this. And I think Bermuda Bay would be a fun color to kind of bring out here. Oops. And I usually don't stamp after I've layered, but there we go. You make me happy. Let me move my stuff out of the way so we can get the full effect of this card. And I'm going to zoom in on this. Okay, so I do not know why my colors are so dark. I need another lamp in here, but here it is. Now when we want to open, we just flip this open. We can write a note here, and look at how all the fun colors are brought to the inside of our card. And then to close it up, we just tuck it in there. Isn't that fun? Now I made one with some of the other colors. I got a little carried away with the stamping on this one. So here's another one I made. Isn't that fun? I just liked it, the plain sentiment without these extra hearts a little better. All right, so here's what we've got for tonight. We've got our fun fold. We've got another fun fold here. And our two fun layouts. And that is what you get to make in your free card kit. So if you place an order with me by Sunday, December 19th, and you use my host code, PNKUM9VD, so it's on your screen right now. If you use that host code and you place your order of $35, you'll get the card kit for the cards you see here in these layouts. Remember, your colors may look different designer series paper, but I'll make sure to coordinate everything. If you place a $50 order, I'm going to throw in a spool of that linen thread for free. And if you place a $100 order, you'll get the kit, the linen thread, and a wink of Stella for free. So you can Stella up your projects and get a little glitter and glitz and glamour going. So those orders have to be in by Sunday to qualify for the free kit. All right, that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for joining. I had a lot of fun chatting with you all and hearing all about your best Christmas gifts. That was a great get to know you question. I really liked that one. I'll be stamping again with you next Monday. Yep, next Monday. I had to think about the Christmas holiday in there. So join me again at 7 Central Time, right here, YouTube and Facebook, for my next class on Monday. All right, I'll see you all later. Have a good night. Bye.